Hey everybody, Mr. Eric here. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about mobile DAC amps and kind of what I think is the best value and the best period, I guess. This all comes because I was able to pick up a Dragonfly Red. This, they're usually around $200 or so. I bought mine for, I don't know, it was actually kind of a trade, but I valued it at maybe about like 110, 105, so pretty decent deal on it. Heard some good things. I question it because it is just, a little itty bitty dongle. So I guess let's dive in. Let's see what kind of came with the Dragonfly Red and what I assume is a typical retail package. And then let's compare it to a couple of other things that I have around. So let's take a quick look. So this is the packaging. I'm not going to, I'm not doing an open box or anything like that, but I can just kind of show you like how it came, just a little plastic tray, spots for it to sit in here, and that's pretty much all to it. Obviously you got a little booklet and stuff there if you care to look through that stuff. I don't really think it's super necessary, but it's there. The one thing I wasn't really expecting is this nice little leather like carrying case that you can slip it in and out. And the only reason really why I tried this Audioquest Dragonfly Red is because I've got the OG Nighthawks on hand and a set of Night Owls too, and I was just really impressed with like the overall package and build of those, and I just really like those headphones, so I thought try out some other Audioquest products, and I'd seen these, mentioned quite a bit as far as a popular use case. So in addition to the little travel case and, just the unit itself, you get this, just a little OTG USB-C cable that came with it. Unfortunately, that doesn't really do much for me because I use an iPhone, so I have to use just an iPhone OTG cable, and I'll link to all this stuff down below. You can see it. Let's take a little bit closer look at the unit here. It's really quite beautiful, honestly. It's it's a metal housing. It's got a really nice paint finish on it. Comes with a little USB cap that goes with it. And yeah, I mean, there's not a whole lot to it, to be perfectly honest with you. What is super cool about it, if I can hook it up to my iPad here real quick, is so you're just going to kind of dongle this thing up, plug it in, and then you'll see, hopefully, oh, there we go, it lights up. And I believe the Dragonfly, I'd have to double check this, but I believe this little Dragonfly, when it's lit up, this kind of tells you what it's running, like what bit rate and things like that. So I'll double check that, and I'll kind of drop some text here to confirm that. That's not something I usually pay a whole lot of attention to, but yeah, that's kind of your setup there. Obviously, with mobile devices, you're kind of doing the whole dongle thing for this, but if if you're using this just with like a laptop or something like that, just plug it in the side and you'll be good to go, and you don't have to deal with all the cables, assuming you've still got a USB-A on your laptop, which is becoming rarer and rarer these days, and if you get one of the new Macs, you don't get one of those. So just something to keep in mind. So what are we going to compare it with here? We've got a couple of things, and we'll start digging right into sound here. We've got Fiio BTR5. I really like this device. A similar price to what I paid for the Dragonfly, so about $100 for that. We've got just the basic, iPhone Lightning 3.5 dongle, and then we've got the Mojo, which is, the Mojo. You can't go wrong with the Mojo. But anyway, we'll get into that here in a moment. I guess here was my hope with the Dragonfly Red is I was hoping it could displace the Mojo. So the Mojo I love. I think it's amazing. It works well. It sounds fantastic. But it's $300 is about what I paid for mine, which is a pretty big investment for mobile listening. Plus it's not super mobile. I mean, obviously just look at the two next to each other, and you can see it's not. The Mojo, while wonderful, is not a super portable device. So I was hoping the Dragonfly Red might sound just about as good as the Mojo, but would be in this nice little compact package. And that is just not the case, okay? So the Dragonfly Red, I'd say it does reveal a lot of detail, but it's also pretty compressed. So what that means is it's just a very flat sounding device where I feel like the tonal balance is kind of off because it lacks dynamics. So it's everything is kind of brought up to the same level. And maybe there are some people that really like this. I personally do not find that super engaging. I much prefer the Mojo's more dynamic, more detailed, more spacious presentation that just has a little more nuance and feels more natural to me. Whereas the Dragonfly, you're getting the detail, but it's all kind of pushed at you on the same level and in the same plane. So I didn't find it to be very wide. I didn't find it to have a whole lot of depth to the sound stage. So it's really no competition between this and the Mojo. Now, that being said, when compared to like just your little phone dongle, like the Lightning to 3.5, I mean, it smokes that, no question. Like, there's no question about that. I honestly, I know some people tout this little 3.5 Lightning thing to be some sort of a great device for like $10 and it sounds clean and things like that. I don't know. I don't hear it. It's just, it gets the job done. It gets you audio through a 3.5 millimeter. But to me, don't pick this thing up thinking you're getting some sort of wonderful audio device. That's just my impression of it. But anywho, back to the thing at hand. So Dragonfly, definitely a step up over that. It's a little bit different story when you compare it to the BTR5. I mean, I would say that the Dragonfly presents more detail than the BTR5 and makes it maybe a little more engaging of a listen, but the BTR5 is no slouch. I thought the bass was cleaner on the BTR5. I thought the bass got a little muddy on the Dragonfly. And vocals, though, are a little bit pulled back on the BTR5 in my experience. And like I said, on the Dragonfly, everything's a little more forward. So BTR5, a little more laid back, plus you get Bluetooth, so very convenient in that regard. Dragonfly, a little more exciting, but no Bluetooth. So it's kind of a trade-off. So for me, if it's just between these two, I'm going to take the BTR5 just for the versatility aspect of having Bluetooth over it. Even though I would say that the BTR5 maybe has a little bit edge sound quality-wise and detail-wise in presentation. But neither of those devices, and certainly not the 3.5 millimeter Lightning adapter, can even come close to the Mojo. This thing, if anything, what this little experiment has showed me is just how good the Mojo is. I really, really do love the Mojo. I know it's expensive, but it's exceptionally well built. It sounds just wonderful. For $300, if you can pick one of these up used, I mean, gosh, they're just a great device. I can't say enough good things about the Mojo. There are a few quirks that I don't like about it, but in general, that device is just so solid. And if you're just getting into this audiophile stuff and you just want to keep it simple, the Mojo is, you can't hardly go wrong with that, I wouldn't say. So yeah, just so you know, for my testing, I used the Moondrop Starfields, I used the OG Nighthawks, and I used my LCD2 pre-phaser. And really across the board with all those, I found the same results for this that I kind of went over there for audio, or just for sound quality, I guess. So there wasn't any. Obviously, all those headphones sound really different, but the results were fairly similar just as far as the impressions that I took away from them. So again, for me, I think the Dragonfly is kind of a hard sell. Especially at $200, I wouldn't touch it for that. If you're looking for something more in just the $100 range, I think the Hip DAC or the BTR5 is probably a better choice. And if you're willing to spend a little bit more, then I would say go ahead and jump up to the Mojo. Now, I do have a more detailed review of the Mojo compared to the iFi Micro Black Label, so I'll put that up here somewhere that you can click on that and check it out. And I also have more information on the BTR5, comparing it to the ES100, so you can look on here for that too. And outside of that, yeah, drop some questions below if you've got them. Drop your own impressions below if you've got them. And, you know, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe if you found this helpful. There will be more headphone-related content coming in the very near future. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.